bass and taking it straight to the stars. Welcome to Bass Station, the show where music and the stars are not too far away. I'm your host, Ayaya. Today we have a special guest joining us. She has her single on Spotify and is releasing her first debut album. Performing live is Jade. All right. Those were her songs. Look and Moon Dust by Jade. So this part of Sunday we're going to finally meet the artist behind the song. So please introduce yourself.
Well, hi guys, my name is Jade and I'm 22 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter based out of Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm releasing an album. And that's what this is for. It's a listening party for my first debut album, Phase. That's coming out on October 28th on Monday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm super excited for you guys to see it. And I can't wait for you to have more fun with the rest of this live stream.
Yes, we cannot wait to hear the rest of the songs. So, tell me, what got you started in singing? So, like, how did this all come about?
Well, ever since I could talk. Ever since I could talk, I knew that I wanted to sing. If I wasn't talking, I was singing. So
I believe that.
I was always, in my room writing songs and writing a bunch of different things, and I couldn't write music to them at the time, but I've definitely learned over the years how to do that now, which is how we got to this album here.
Yes.
And so, yeah, ever since I was little, it's definitely been my biggest dream.
Oh. So, what do you like to do in your free time? Tell us.
Ooh.
What does Jade do in her free time?
Music. Music. I write in my free time. I like hiking in my free time. We went to a cool hiking place with my cousin and my sisters it was last month, and it's so cool. They have roaming bison just everywhere, and at night you can see all the stars, and it's the best thing ever. Everyone should go check it out. It's called Caprock Canyon, and it's in Quitaquaque, Texas.
Good job, you said it right, because that sounds so weird. That's great. So let's play a game of this or that.
Okay.
Yes. So let's start. Would you like beach or mountains?
Oh. I'm gonna go with beach.
Why is that?
I want to be by the ocean, even though I can't swim.
Yeah, what?
I can't swim, but I want to be by the
beach.
ocean.
Well, as long as you don't get in the ocean, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So, would you like to hike or go diving? I feel like I should.
Ooh, hiking for sure.
For sure, right?
I would drown if I went diving.
Are you ever gonna learn how to swim one day?
I have no idea. I can swim if my feet are touching the ground.
Yeah.
But once my feet can't touch the ground, it's done.
Well, there you go. A fun fact about Jade right there. She can't swim.
Someone
it's okay though. Would you rather stay in or would you rather go out and party?
Stay in 100%.
Ooh, why is that?
I'm a homebody. So unless my friends get me out, I'm not going outside.
I believe
I'd rather
100%.
be cozy in my room by myself. So yeah, homebody for sure. Staying in.
Well, another one. Would you rather drive or would you rather have someone drive you instead? Because when you do end up being big one day, everyone just decides not to have a driver anymore, or not to drive themselves anymore. They have a driver for literally everything. So would you end up still driving, or would you like to be chauffeured everywhere you go?
Well, I was my family's chauffeur, so I don't want to drive anymore. I would like to have a chauffeur myself.
That's completely understandable. Yeah. Okay, so now that we went through the interview questions, now we're gonna talk about the album, the process, and all the songs. So, what is your most favorite song on the album?
That's a hard question.
Ooh, you have to pick
because
one.
I had a hand in every single song. So all of them are extremely, extremely special to me.
Seems like a hard one.
It is.
There's not even one that stands out to you the most.
Okay, I guess Moon Dust, which was the second song that I sang at the beginning of this stream, would be my favorite one. Not just musically, but just because of the words and what it means. It's me really realizing, that I need to stick up for myself and be an independent person when I'm in any kind of relationship, and it's me finally waking up to that fact.
Preach. But seriously though, and speaking of that, since you performed your first two songs, I would like to know what are the meaning behind your song Look and Moon Dust, if you don't mind explaining to us.
Look was the first one, and it's the super dancey, fun track. When I wrote it, I was imagining walking into a club, and like, because the beginning of the song's like
great inspiration. Yes.
So I'm walking in a club, right? And Look is really about, you have that one special person in your life, and no matter what they do, with just one look they have you. That's it. It doesn't matter what they do, they can get away with everything. And with just one look, they have you hooked, and that's it. So that's what the chorus says. Just one look is all it took, and now you have me hypnotized. Say my name, call me babe. Now you're all that's on my mind. Can't escape the words you say. The way you hold me got me hooked. Just one kiss, just one heart, just one love, just one look. So yeah, that one's an enticing one. And then Moon Dust, like I said, was more of realizing that you need to be independent in a relationship and figuring out, who are you? Who am I? What does Christy want, and how does she fit in that little puzzle? And why? So
that's neat. Yes, I love it. So what inspires you as an artist?
Pretty much everything. No, I'm serious. Like, I have to have my phone out at all times so that I have something to record any idea that pops into my head, because if I don't record it, I will forget it. So I could literally be walking down the street and I'll think of something and I have to pull up my phone and record it. I could see like a leaf and be like, oh, I could write a song about that. I've never done that, but
I
you get the idea.
Like, you find inspiration
literally
from everything.
From anything. My friends, my family, my situation in life, things that I've seen from other people, all kinds of things inspire me. So.
That's beautiful. So it's like no matter what, like you'll find inspiration.
I can always find
motivation.
something.
Yes.
Even if it's cheesy, I can always find something.
I was like, stay away from the cheesy. So did you end up writing all your songs on the album?
So there are 6 songs on the album, and I wrote 5.5. One of the songs, which I haven't played yet, is Phase, which is the title of the album. That one was written by a good friend of mine named Anthony Vu, and he wrote the instrumental to it, and I just wrote the lyrics. And that was really fun to get to collaborate with him and meet other people who love to make music, which was new for me because I never had friends close to me who were into music production specifically. So when I met Anthony, it was really fun. We bounced ideas off of each other, and he was like, and I asked him if he could write the track for me, and he said yes, and then it went on from there. And then the other song, Dark Side, is featuring one of my other good friends who also happens to be named Anthony, but he's Anthony Williamson, and he is amazing. We went to high school together. He wrote a rap for Dark Side, and I told him what I was doing. I was like, hey, look, I have this project. I would really, really love if you could collaborate with me and feature on the title track, the big track. And he was like, yeah, let me, give me the idea. And I was like, I want you to write the lyrics yourself. I don't want to write it.
Yeah.
Because if I write it, then it doesn't feel like a piece of Anthony was in it. You know what I mean? So I had him write it. He sent it back to me, and I just died. I was like, I called him right after I heard his recording, the demo of it. I was just like,
this was amazing.
You need to record the song right now. So I had such a blast with him in the recording studio making that song. But the rest of them I wrote myself, and I did the instrumentals for all of them except for Phase. So.
That's amazing. By the way, shout out to the Anthonys for helping co-write some of the songs. That's amazing though, because these days there's not a lot of artists that actually write their own music. So it's neat to meet an artist that actually writes their own music, because these days it's like everyone has ghostwriters. It's very rare. So that's amazing that you actually write your own songs. So I have to ask you, since your album is named Phase, why did you pick that certain album title or like that song to represent the whole album?
Okay. So, phase really just means like, not just the phases of the moon, but just the phases of someone's life. We all go through different phases, and we all enter and leave relationships. We all are given new opportunities and we lose opportunities, things like that. So I wanted phase to be the name of the album to represent the phase that I'm going in my life. Me trying to pursue my music and trying to put myself out there when it's not the easiest thing to do.
No, it isn't.
And just, putting all of my feelings into one thing, letting it go, and then
Releasing it.
growing from there.
Yes.
So,
Yes, that is awesome. Yes, you have to put yourself out there so you can be courageous and you'll get to so many different places. What did they say? You will never. Okay, what's that quote? Sorry. What's the quote? They're like, in order for you to grow, you have to like step out of your comfort zone.
yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
I was
thank
like,
you.
what
I was
quote are
like, I
you
know
talking
it's. I was like, I know it's something. Okay, just don't know off the top of my head, but I will get there. Okay. So please tell us about the process of you developing this album. Like, do you have certain things? Because every artist has their own process of how they write their music, how they develop their albums, and like steps that they take to make sure they, I guess, can fulfill their creativity to the fullest. So what process did you take to create this album?
So I would consider myself, not to brag or anything, but I would consider myself a really creative person, and most people who know me would say the same thing. However, I'm also extremely methodical when it comes to like my music process and things. Like, I have to do everything in steps, and most of the time when I'm writing a song, the idea either just comes to me or I start with a concept or like a story. So I have, for example, Look was, like I told you, was a song where that one person in your life, can just do anything and they just hypnotize you with their eyes, and you're hooked. Like I said, I had that image of me walking into a club, trying not to be seen, and then you see that one person and he's looking at you, and bam, that's it right there. So I saw that in my head and I was like, okay, I can run with this. So I started, I opened my music software, FL Studio, and I start putting some beats in, start feeling what I'm hearing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually I start off by writing a chorus, so like the main part of the song, and then I branch out from there. And yeah, depending on what I feel the song needs, it'll have different instruments, but that's usually how all of my songs start.
Yeah.
Either as lyrics without instruments and with a melody, or just a concept and then I write lyrics and a melody to it.
Okay. So I feel like every artist has to be asked this because, of course, who is your number one dream collab? Like, if you could collab with anybody, who would you collab with?
Can I pick two?
Oh, I'm just kidding, yeah. You know what? I'll give you three if you want to. Yes.
Okay.
Because everyone has like their top five. I'll give you top three.
Okay, yeah. 3 works. Okay. So if I could collab with anyone, definitely Ariana Grande.
Of course.
As one, because her vocals are insane. And she's just an insane performer to begin with. Like, I love Ariana Grande.
We stand.
Then I would definitely collaborate with Kim Taeyeon. She's a South Korean artist, one of my favorite solo vocalists from South Korea, and her music is just extremely inspiring to me. She has one song called I that when she came out with that song, I literally felt like she wrote it for me. It was about me, and it made me cry because it was just so good. And I'd love to collaborate with her. And then the last person I would love to collaborate is with Tinashe.
Ooh, girl. Yes.
Because I look up to her a lot because she's an artist that, she writes her music by herself. She's producing her stuff in her room, like what I'm trying to do now. She's an amazing dancer, an amazing performer, and I would love to sing and dance with her on stage. So, Tinashe, please find me.
I was gonna say, hit us up. That would be awesome. Yes. So I also wanted to ask the very last question. Everyone finds their inspiration from different genres. What genres inspire you to create like your music?
I've been asked many times what genre my music is, and I never know what to say because I feel like I just write what I like.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be a genre, then it's that genre. But I don't think my music is a specific genre. I feel like it's more of a fusion of multiple genres. It's heavily pop based, for sure, but it definitely has a lot of different elements like funk or R&B and hip hop sometimes. So definitely a fusion, but I will say it's heavily pop influenced.
All right. So after, no, I'm just kidding. Now that we know more about the album, let's hear more of your songs. Jade is gonna perform for us "Dark Side" and "Phase."
Yay! I'm excited.
Cue on the music.
Let's do this.
And I'm invited. I thought I could get used to this, but I'll admit the voice that's screaming in my head is running this. I thought I had it in control. It's useless to take people by the horns and expect to live. But all I want is the image to be clear that the night has come. We're all out here.
Shift to high gear. I'm in the driver's seat, I steer. Switch left, so I veer. Dark side tripping like 4 years. Oh, I'm sorry, was I not clear? I'm settled this quick, young pioneer. Sort of like a letter sparking with gear signals from the body so unclear. So I had it so sincere. Ever top of a chomp, fuck and beer. If you ain't in it, don't interfere. You work the people, Paul, Rick, my game's strong, we all act here. My fam on my side, they all right here. So I'm thinking that I was all in the clear. But somehow the dark still reappears. But all I want is the image to be clear that the night has come. We're all out here, since the sun comes out and it keeps me up, making me think twice. I said my dark side's the side I can't override. When she comes out, you are out of time. My dark side's the side that comes out and it keeps me up, making me think twice.
you.
And now we are gonna start our Q&A session. So the floor is now up for any questions. Do we have any questions in the chat? Well,
That's fine.
we can ask our own questions.
Do you have any more questions?
What questions do I have to ask? Oh, so where are you gonna go from here? Or what's your next step from here, should I say?
From here, my next step would mostly be focusing on more promoting myself and getting my name out there, getting more people to see my music, and to stream it on Spotify and iTunes when it comes out on October 28th again.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to ask more questions or do you want to get on ahead with the next thing? We could play games. Up to you.
If you have any other questions, I can answer them.
Questions? Let me think of some.
Is there a question?
Is there? Yes.
How did you take the photos?
Oh. How
Oh, the
did you take the
promotion
photos?
photos? Funny story. We took them in here,
Can you believe
like
it?
this room right here. I have backdrops that we set up in here with lights and all of that. And my sister, Joanna, she took the pictures and then I went in after she took them and edited them. And that was such a fun time. We got all of the clothes from She Inside. If y'all don't know who they are, go check them out on Instagram at SheInOfficial. We got all our clothes and props from there. We set up the backdrop and everything, and then we just took pictures in here, which is my living room. So, yeah.
We have another question. How much is the album and where can your audience buy it?
Okay, so the album is $6 and you can get it right here at bpmandofficial.com/shop. And if you go to, let me see, it won't be in the link in my Instagram right now since the link for the live stream is there, but after this live stream, the link to the website will be there, so you can just click on it and then you can get the album from there.
Did you see another question?
No.
No. That's great. Okay, so all right, so that's all the questions for the Q&A. Let's go ahead and play the Cookie Monster game. Bring in the cookies.
I like cookies. We get cookies?
Yes, we get cookies. Yay! Okay,
How
so
does it work?
the point of this game is like you have to put it on your face,
Okay.
and we have to see between the two of us who's gonna get 3 cookies in their mouth, and whoever gets the 3 cookies wins. We don't know
We
what
have
you
to-
win.
The
but you win.
satisfaction of winning.
The
do we have to
motivation.
eat? Do we just have to get them in our mouth, and then like we can put it down, or do we have to eat all of them?
Ooh, I was thinking you had to eat all of them, but then again, it is a peanut butter cookie. Mouth's gonna be really dry, but you have water, so eat all 3 of them. We'll start with 1 at a time. Which point of our face should we put it? Like our forehead?
On our forehead.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
We'll have makeup on. We're gonna get
Wait,
makeup
okay.
cookie in our mouth. Okay.
Ready?
Set. Go.
Go.
It's stuck on my glasses.
You're cheating.
That's not okay. Maybe I should take off my glasses. Okay.
Ah! Okay, dang it.
Okay, that cookie's on the ground, so we'll get another one. Wouldn't it be easier if we started on our nose?
No.
Okay. Like,
It's technique.
do people actually get this in their mouths?
Yes.
Wow, I would like to know.
We're almost there. Oh!
What is this? Oh.
Dang it! Okay. I will get
This is hard. You know what? Can we just make sure like whoever gets one cookie wins? This is freaking hard.
They do this on a minute to win it.
What? So
Yeah.
people do it in a minute and they win?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Mm.
Oh, I think
No,
I was too busy laughing.
Wait. Dang it. My cookies.
If it drops on the ground, just leave it. That's what I did to one of my
No.
cookies. Oh, this is a struggle? Okay. Like, how are we gonna do this? You know what?
Concentration. I almost. Dang it! I almost had it.
Oh my goodness.
I almost had it.
I'd rather bob for apples. God.
10.
Yeah.
No!
9.
There's no way.
7. 6.
Wait,
Five.
I can do this.
4.
Nope. Oh.
3.
I almost had it.
2.
Dang it.
1. Time's up.
Well, no one won.
Wow, what a waste of cookies.
Oh, I'm still gonna eat them. No, I'm just kidding.
There's
Just
one right there.
kidding.
There's one right there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm upset. I was this close.
Well,
This close. I'm gonna
that
give myself
was a
point.
fail.
I gave myself a point, but I'll take it away.
You know what? Since it is your listening party, we've declared you as the winner.
Yay!
So Christy Jade wins. It was such a struggle. Okay, so now Jade's gonna perform her last 2 songs on her album, Orbit, and for me. So take the floor.
Got it.
And take a cookie. All right. That was a great performance.
Thank you.
So, of course, before we end it off tonight, please can you tell us about the last 4 songs on your album since you did explain the first 2? Let's start with Dark Side. What is that about?
So Dark Side is more of like an internal song, or like an internal struggle between you and the parts of yourself that you don't really like, or the things that other people say about you that you start believing even though they're not true. And so like my favorite part in the bridge is where the part where you're finally empowering yourself, you know, just saying one becomes a diamond under pressure, shine your light, don't second guess, keep grinding, put yourself first. And so those were really, like I said, it's internal, so it was really a message to myself, trying to stop all of the negative voices telling me that I can't do this or I can't do that. Things like that.
That's neat.
The verses is really more of me and my dark side talking to each other.
Yes, and they do say that in order for you to know yourself completely, you have to master your good side and your dark side. So there you go, on the right path. So now the next song, Phase. Tell us that.
Phase. Okay, so this one was kind of inspired by the story of Romeo and Juliet. Excuse me. And their star-crossed lovers, fated to be together but not really fated to be together.
Definitely not.
Because we all know how that ended. It's really about going with the phases, you know, not staying in one particular mindset and just going with the flow. You know, that kind of reckless love where you just get into it and then you go through everything and then it just stops. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's more of just like, how can we keep this alive and not burst?
I was like, how we keep it alive versus it crashing and burning.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So now the next song, Orbit. Tell us about that one.
Orbit was a fun one. It reminds me of an island for some reason. I guess it's the instrumental.
Yes.
It reminds me of being on an island. But Orbit is about how, you know, you can become so absorbed in a relationship, you know, or it just
Like infatuated with the person.
or
yeah.
just in any kind of relationship, you can just become so absorbed in it, and that your entire world just orbits around that one person. And that's what the song is about, is I'm orbiting around you, my entire world is yours. Where the void in my heart is, fill it. You know what I mean? I need a person to fill that void. And that's what that song was supposed to be, about the daydreaming side of a relationship. You know what I mean? Where you're in that like honeymoon phase, where you think everything is just everything is just perfect all the time. So.
Oh, and then last but not least, your song For Me.
So in terms of all 6 songs, Orbit and For Me are the complete opposite. Like parallel to each other. So in Orbit, where, you know, you're swooning over the person, you know, they're your everything.
You're all about them.
Yes. And in For Me, it's now you're choosing to put that focus on yourself. And you're trying to realize that you can't seek love from other people. You have to get it from yourself. And that was something I had to learn from people in my life. So yeah, love is something that you have to find within yourself, and then you can give it to other people. If you can't find it within yourself, you can't love other people correctly. So for me, is really just me stating what I want, and then choosing to love myself first before I go out and find what makes me happy, which is the last line.
That is so beautiful. I'm so happy. So would you like to leave off with anything else before we end this live or listening party? Do you want to tell your fans anything, or do you want to tell the people who are listening anything?
Let me see. Do we have any other questions? No? Okay, well, let's see. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in and staying with us on this crazy live stream. I promise I planned this. You can go, again, like I said, you can find the album
Yes.
on my website, bpmnsofficial.com/shop. And don't forget to follow me on YouTube. It's just my name. You can follow me on Instagram, which is 50 Shades of _Jade_. And also follow this cool lady.
This
is her
awesome
Instagram.
host.
But again, I just want to say thank you so much for hosting this live stream. Thank you for everyone who's watching it, who's supported
Thank
me
you.
throughout the last 7 months of this project. And honestly, that's all I can say is thank you. There's no tangible thing that I can use to describe how grateful I am for everybody who has gone with me through this process, because I didn't do this by myself, and there's no way that I could do something like this by myself. And so I thank God, first of all, and then everyone else that helped me along the way. And please go stream my album when it comes out on Spotify and
Yes.
iTunes. We want 1,000 streams, all of you. If you don't stream, I'm gonna come and find you.
She will find you. No, I'm just kidding. We're not crazy, I promise. Well,
Yeah,
thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do not forget to pre-order the album. Again, it comes out, say it,
October 28th, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes. And this is Space Station signing off, and good night, everyone. I was like, we wave. We moved to both cameras.